I know nothing. The older we get, the more exceptions we start to see in life. Things we would have sworn were one way when we were younger turn out to be the opposite as we gain more experience. It's humbling and slightly embarrassing to realize how many things we have been wrong about. That's why Socrates, who is said to be the world's smartest, wisest man, after admitting, I know that I know nothing. I know that I know nothing. Turns out that being convinced you're 100% right about anything is not wisdom. True wisdom is being open to the idea that you do not know the full story, and there's always more to learn. And of course, the story is presented from the perspective of the storyteller or the story writer. So there is always more that is beyond their perspective. So welcome and greetings to our virtual community that is joining us here at the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. Wherever you are, welcome home to yourself. It's a beautiful day here on the Monterey Peninsula, and I know that beauty is shining everywhere around the planet. We acknowledge our faith brothers and sisters and communities that are celebrating Eastern Orthodox Easter today. Eastern Orthodox Easter. Mouthful of words to say at one time. But we acknowledge the tradition that is celebrating today as we honor all traditions, all paths on this journey that is called life. We especially lift our prayers today and our ongoing prayers for the people of Ukraine who are celebrating Eastern Orthodox Easter as a part of their faith tradition. And that tradition too calls for peace. And I was reading a little article this morning before coming in about the Eastern Orthodox Easter services that are being held in parts of Ukraine, and how people are taking their baskets in for blessings, which is part of their tradition. And how one of the soldiers did not have a basket, but offered his helmet as the basket to represent the blessings that are taking place. And so we learn to work with what it is that we have. Today, we're concluding our April theme for the month, which is creativity. And we are invited to explore the prompts to boldly go. This is our topic for this morning, to boldly go. This month, we have focused on the creative impulse and the individual. We have danced with our donkeys of resistance. We've transcended the world of effect and expanded our visions and embraced a higher idea for our own divinity. Today, we get off of our knots, our N-O-T-S. And we bring our creative selves and whatever it is that we are wanting to be and do into the world. We boldly present our talents, our gifts, and our passions, and discover that it's okay to be both vulnerable and victorious. Sometimes we are taught that it is not okay to be vulnerable, that we can only be victorious. And at other times we're taught to be vulnerable, not to be victorious, because that is a sign of our ego. To be victorious, we must be vulnerable. And we allow our hearts to open, we let down our ego defenses, and we dare to live authentically to realize the rewards of a well-lived life. You know, we talk about a well-lived life often at a memorial or a funeral celebration after someone has made their transition. However, along this journey, and this is what I am truly practicing, that is, we're called to live a well-lived life. Now, we get to define what that is, but that is our calling in this experience, in this part of the journey, to live a well-lived life. And I offer the following science of mind perspective and teaching. And I'm going to talk this morning a little bit about the science and then the process. The science, mind, which we refer to as the thing itself, or God, or spirit, this creative intelligence, or causation, has two classifications: the objective, or the conscious, and the subjective, or the unconscious. Within us, there is a creative field which we call subjective. And this is where we make use of the law by our own thoughts. The science teaches that all thought is creative according to the nature, impulse, emotion, or conviction behind the thought. And in our practice of visioning, we refer to this as the feeling tone that we invite to reveal itself and come forward. This creates a mold in the subjective, this creative field, in which the idea is accepted, poured, and sets a power into motion in accordance with the thought. And we refer to this in our teaching as a demonstration. And a demonstration merely invites us to look at the way our life is working. And if you want to have a different experience, change your thinking. Many of us have heard the expression, change your thinking, change your life. All thought is creative. And so the process, the intention to boldly go is to reveal creative ideas, creative solutions, and creative possibilities. And these pave the way for transformation, for healing, and newness. We transform our spiritual forces, we solve big issues, and we answer big questions. Several years ago, when I was living up in the Bay Area, one of the local interfaith communities had a project that they sponsored for the entire year, and it was titled The Big Question. And they identified one question that was spiritually based or had a spiritually based answer. And they invited in individuals from different faith traditions to talk about their teaching and their particular faith perspective on this big question. And I had an opportunity to participate in one of their events, and on the program with me was a representative from the Wiccan community, a representative from the Christian Science community, and a representative from another indigenous community. I'm not remembering the name right now. But it was a very interesting presentation where we all took our particular perspective on the big question, and I've forgotten what the question was for that year. But as I sat there and listened to the other presenters, I could see how we are more alike than we are different. And this is what boldly going calls us to do. Envisioning for guidance and insights, we reveal the magnificent ideas that anchor us in faith and launch us into those lives that are full of meaning and of passion. We must recognize that we live in a field of infinite wisdom and wholeness. We use the term pure potentiality, and this means unlimited thinking produces unlimited good. Pure potentiality, unlimited thinking produces unlimited good. We recognize that no one, including ourselves, is random, and that there is always a greater truth to be revealed. Reflecting back on our opening statement by Socrates, I know nothing. Ask yourself, what if I knew for certain that one thing that I was embarrassed to talk about, or if I've always been told to change or to not do? What if that one thing turned out to be the very gift that Spirit placed within me to bless the world in ways unimaginable? What if that one thing that I've been told I could not do, or don't do, or I was too embarrassed to talk about, what if that one thing turned out to be that special gift from me that Spirit gave to me, and only I can bring this to the world in ways that are unimaginable. I offer this example. Dr. Temple Grandin, one of the top scientists in the humane livestock handling industry, has a PhD in animal science from the University of Illinois and is currently a professor at Colorado State University. She has authored 6 books, 2 of which are bestsellers. She is autistic. Her disability is the great gift that allows her to understand and translate animals. She has changed livestock handling and influenced the entire industry. So this so-called disability is a great ability that only she has the gift to bring into the world. This is an example of pure potentiality in action. And as part of my particular teaching style, you're familiar with my practice of offering questions for us to consider. And so I ask a series of questions this morning. The first one is, what do you naturally do that you love and always think about doing? And I'm looking at Pat and Bob. Is it dancing? Is it being outdoors? Is it learning new things? Is it watching airplanes fly? Is it growing roses or something else? And the list expands according to our individual taste and desires. In our Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes, who is our founder, writes these words: "We must consciously know that we can use creative power. The more complete such acceptance on our part, the more completely we shall be able to use this power for definite purpose." And so in using our creative power, we may ask, where do I lose myself in an experience? What causes me to lose all track of time? Is it playing with my grandchildren, hanging out with my neighbors? Is it fixing a wobbly leg on a chair? Is it going into the kitchen and creating something new? Where do you feel most at home in your own skin? Is it making bread? Is it being a plant parent? Is it skiing, hiking, fishing, knitting, learning about a new country or a new city? Allow the individual answers to emerge from within, knowing that we love who we are, what we care about, and what we are drawn to create. This is a sacred self-awareness. And when we have that, we realize that the purpose is not about livelihood, joy, or skills. Our purpose is loving every aspect of our lives. There is victory in vulnerability. Taking the task of being true to our creative desires, our intuitive sparks, and our magical dreams require that we drop the armor of knowing it all, and that been there, done that attitude or way of thinking. Without that armor, without that been there, done that, our senses are heightened, our insights and our instincts are fired up. We feel alive, awake, energized, and uplifted. Stepping out of our comfort zone, stepping into our authentic spirituality, we dare to tell the creative truth of our lives. Neil Donald Walsh offers this: whatever it is that is not presenting itself as part of your creation, own it, claim it, bless it, be thankful for it. Whatever it is that is not presenting itself as part of your creation, own it, claim it, bless it, be thankful for it. That's another way of saying to us, we are to see beyond the appearance. Dr. Michael Beckwith often uses the phrase in his talks and in his counseling, It says, "My lying eyes deceive me, but I know that the spirit within me, that which always knows the truth, is the truth." And so we are called to be bold, dare to be and to show up as the creative expression that you already are. And our conclusion on our call to action this morning is to remember that all creation starts with yes. All creation starts with yes. The yes we offer to being different. The yes we offer to being inexperienced. The yes we offer to being innocent opens us up to new ways of being that are unfamiliar, yet filled with potential for greater aliveness and discovery. Your dreams are waiting for you to come true. It's time. Your dreams, my dreams, are waiting for you and me to come true. It's about time. And so I offer our personal practical application for this week, and I've invited our tech team to put it in the chat for our Zoom family and into the comments section for those who are viewing on our Facebook page. It's time to not just think or live outside the box. We need to destroy the box, to recycle the pieces, and to repurpose the space in which the box was sitting. And I have this empty box that has been sitting in the kitchen for quite some time. I pass by it and I look at it and I go, oh, what was in this box? And there was some bubble wrap that was in here for the package that was shipped. And so I can take this box and I can repurpose it by placing an item in here to ship, to deliver to someone else. I can place items in here that I want to store temporarily. My new personal practice after I made the move to Monterey is that if I can't see it, I don't need it. Because when I was packing, those bunny rabbits of stuff kept multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. And so what I don't need right now, I can temporarily pack and put away. Or I can rip the box apart. And I can fold it nicely and put it in my recycling container, not taking up the whole container, allowing space for others to use it. Or I can simply tear the box up. Where's the seam? I can find the seam. I can tear the box evenly, and I can repurpose it for something else. So live outside of this box that we have painted for ourselves. What is your particular box? Bless it, let it go. Move into life more creatively, more imaginatively, and more energetically. Start today. This is the key, to start today. And in starting today, you might identify something that you would like to be or do in the next 15 minutes, in the next hour, in the next 2 days. The invitation is to live bold and expansive and expressively. It doesn't matter if you describe it as large or small, just commit to it. And let us say together our weekly affirmation. I dare to be me. I am hot stuff. I am hot stuff. Take that with you through the week. Let us pray together. In our laughter, in our joy, in our time of lightheartedness, a lightness of being, we gather recognizing the all-prevailing presence of spirit, the one life, the one source of all that is, knowing that each one is an individualized representation of this creative intelligence, that which moves, lives, and has its very beingness is the life of each one. And I speak my word this morning, declaring that there is peace in the world. There is peace on earth because, and I can boldly go forth and declare, there is peace in my mind. There is peace in my heart. There is peace in the innermost of my beingness. And when there is peace in me, that peace radiates outward and touches one, and touches another, and touches another. And the expansionness of this expression of peace, this knowingness of peace, this being a place of peace, is what brings about peace in the world. And each one has an opportunity to declare that there is peace in my heart, there is peace in my mind, and to daily practice the idea of peace, whatever it means to each one, knowing that peace begins with me. I speak a word of blessing this morning for members of our spiritual community who are in the hospital, those who are experiencing other health challenges, health opportunities, however it is you wish to describe it. Knowing that the healing power and presence of this living spirit is moving in right here and right now and taking away everything that is unlike itself, that is unlike the individualized expression it created. And knowing that the universe abhors a vacuum, the healing energy of God is rushing in and bringing about a restoration, a wholeness, a new vitality, a new way of living a life to the fullest for each one. I speak my word of blessing this morning for people who are gathering, recognizing the oneness of all life, recognizing that all traditions, all faith practices, all teachings, devoid of dogma, have one goal, and that is to be the change in the world that we wish to see, to recognize that there is a higher power by whatever it is called. There's a higher power that is calling each one to a higher and more expanded consciousness of the truth of the oneness of all life. I speak my word of blessing for individuals who are seeking right livelihood, however that appears in their lives. It may be the creation of a new venue, a new job opportunity, a new invention that brings about a magnificent change in the world, opening to the ideas, opening to the expressive activity of the consciousness of oneness. Right livelihood demonstrating itself as right and perfect housing, right and perfect outpicturing of the goodness of God in every single area of life. Knowing this to be the truth, knowing that the word I have spoken is from a place of authenticity, from a place of integrity, and from a place of knowing that I know that there is truly only one life. And so in gratitude for this time, in gratitude for this service, in gratitude for each one who is present here in this physical space, and those who are joining virtually, those who will be viewing virtually, I know that everything is unfolding as it should be, and everything is in divine right and perfect order. So in deep, deep gratitude for all of this and so much more, I release this word back into the law, which always says yes, just allowing it to be so. And I invite you to affirm this with me as we say together, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you to our virtual community in Facebook, our Facebook Live, and for those who will be viewing this on our YouTube channel. Invite you to please share this experience, share the love of our Monterey Center for Spiritual Living, knowing that you're always welcome, whether you're visiting the area, whether you're new to the area, or whether you're just passing by, you're always welcome to tune in and to be a part of our community. And I would like to invite you back next Sunday, where we begin our new theme for the month of May, which is emotions. And the topic for our consideration next week is, what's in your spice rack? What's in your spice rack? This is our opportunity now to participate in the divine flow of circulation, otherwise known as conscious giving, in some traditions known as offering time, is the opportunity to share our gifts. And for those of you who are here in the sanctuary, we have our giving tray on the giving container on the hospitality table, and you may leave your offering there. Also, we have the May issue of the Science of Mind magazine, which is there. The magazine is $5, and we'll figure out the tax, and just leave your contribution in the little container that the magazines are placed in. And for those of you who are joining us online, you may contribute to the center by mailing in your donation to the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. And that information is on our screen. You may text to give, and that number is on the screen. And you may also donate through our secure website. And while you're at the website, I invite you to sign up for our newsletter in the event that you are not a subscriber. And that way you can keep current with some of the activities that are going on here at the Monterey Center, both locally and opportunities that we're offering virtually. And lastly, to our virtual community, I invite you to reach out with your prayer requests to a minister or a practitioner. On our website, you will find a listing of the prayer practitioners and ministers with our telephone number, with our emails, with our contact information. And you may reach out to join us and connect with us there. As we often said in my former community, don't leave home with a problem. And I remember one Sunday I was serving as a pulpit assistant, and I said, don't leave here without a problem, rather than not leaving here with a problem. And so it was pointed out to me, no, we want the people to leave their problems here, not take them away. And so also I remind you to use the opportunity to speak with a practitioner for some of the exciting things that are happening in life. Allow us to be in prayerful support for the expansion of consciousness in those areas. And so to our virtual community, we say thank you. We say good morning wherever you are on the planet. And we invite you to join us next week, same time, same station, new topic.